Back in the day, if a phone would ring in your home, you didn't know who was calling. There was no caller ID. It was just, answer it and see who it is. Um, I kind of like caller ID. It's a blessing because my phone will tell you if it's spam or if it's my wife calling or somebody I know, because some calls you just don't want to answer. Let's just face it. Um, but when it comes to God calling us, there is no mistake. You will know when it's God. And there have been several instances in the Bible where God called people and they responded. They were faithful. They had faith and they obeyed. And Abraham was one of those people. God called Abraham to leave his home and everything that was familiar to him, even things that he loved. But when he called him out of his home, he didn't just call him out, he called him to follow him, to make a great nation of him. And I'm sure that road wasn't easy. Wasn't easy for Israel. Wasn't easy for anybody that God called. David, you could go on and on. But the point is simply this. What he calls you to is going to be better than what he called you from. That's what happened when he saved you, Christian. If you are a Christian today, he called you out of darkness. But he didn't just bring you out. He just didn't save you from a building that's burning just to leave you homeless. He has a home for you. He has a place for you. So he's called us out of darkness to take us to a better place. But the point that was made that really struck a chord with me this week was in Hebrews 11 and 15. And it emphasizes that Abraham had to forget what he was called out of, because if you're not careful, Satan will make you look back fondly on the destitute state you were in that God called you out of. And he basically said this. He said that if he had looked back and had not forgotten that he, if he had an occasion, the verse actually said, to remember where he came from, then he might have an opportunity to return. So we need to pray sometimes that God will help us forget. I know we like to testify and tell what God has brought us out of. That's okay, as long as we don't relish that or fondly remember, because let's face it, living a Christian life isn't always easy. There are hard times, as in any life, but we're headed somewhere, and I promise you that place is better. What's the old song that says, yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus. All we have is today, but for the Christian, we know we've got a better tomorrow. So yeah, live one day at a time, but we're headed somewhere. We're headed to heaven. We're headed to a place not made by hands, but by God himself. And Jesus is making you, friend, a mansion that you're going to get to see one day. I'm glad he called me out. How about you?